Alright, bro. Talk about the SoundCloud era again. I want to talk about when it comes to the SoundCloud era. I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions about it. A lot of stuff people kind of like misconstrue or like get wrong. Let me get this out the way first. Chance the Rapper was not a SoundCloud rapper. That's the one. Like I see last year, I started hearing people say this. I'm like, when was like Chance the Rapper? Coloring book Chance? No problems Chance? Acid rap? Like that nigga was not part of the SoundCloud era. Like I feel like some artists get mixed in with that, but like just because they dropped a song on SoundCloud, that don't means they're like a sound. They didn't. To me, my definition of a person that was like considered a SoundCloud rapper back then is if they blew up, if they like consistently was dropping on SoundCloud, and if they collabed with other artists. Cause the SoundCloud era was like everybody kind of knew each other for the most part. Like that shit was kind of yeah. It was like one damn near like like a community almost. Chance wasn't part of that, bro. Like Chance the Rapper didn't. Only artist I could think of he made a song with from that era was like Yachty, but like everybody else, nah. Like I'm about to say, I get it. I know, bro. Like I think he had like helped SoundCloud. I know he was about to like go bankrupt at one point. I know like SoundCloud, like yeah, the app that almost got shut down a billion times. He had helped put money to that. Shout out to him for doing that. But Chance was like Chance the Rapper, Bryson Tiller, Post Malone. They may have songs that blew up on SoundCloud, but I don't consider them SoundCloud. They wasn't part of that wave, bro. Hell no. That's the one me like. I swear, like last year, I started hearing people say, "I'm like Chance the Rapper. That nigga was not no SoundCloud artist. Perfect nigga came from the blog era. Chance the Rapper blew up like yeah, before yeah. I'm about to say like that's why I get to the next thing I'm gonna talk about. But like yeah, Chance was part of the blog era. If you ask me, like he blew up right around the time like Schoolboy Q and like Vince Staples and all them niggas blew up like around that time. And like Earl, that's like the blog era. That's not the SoundCloud era. Like nigga Drake got songs on SoundCloud. Travis Scott got songs on SoundCloud from back then. They don't. That doesn't mean they're SoundCloud rappers. They just was using the platform, but they wasn't part of that. Hell no. That was a hell. But yeah, another thing I want to talk about. When did a lot of people argue? This is my. This one was like more opinion based. A lot of people talk about like, oh, when did it started in the SoundCloud era? In my opinion, it started 2015 and then it ended 2019, bro. I feel like that's when the SoundCloud era was really like in its heyday, bro. Some people may argue it started 2014, but like nah. I feel like that was like the end of the blog era going into the SoundCloud we use. So like artists like OG Macko, Ala McConan, fucking shit, Travis Scott, they was like around right before the SoundCloud era started. But like it was still kind of it was like I don't know. I feel like 2014 was like that weird like transition. It was like a transitional year. I feel like it was a transitional year. If we be honest, bro. But yeah, that's like when it started. Cause I see people on the internet they'll argue like, nah, 2018 was the last year. But I was like, nah, cause you still had Lil Tecca. I consider Tecca. He was like, to me, Lil Tecca and Snot was like the last two artists to blow up from SoundCloud. If you ask me, they was like at that tail end of the era. Like Tecca, yeah, like Tecca, fucking what's call it, Tecca, Snot, Lil Mosey. Like they kind of blew up. They blew up towards like the end of that shit. Like Comedizy, nah, Comedizy been around. Never mind, he was around like 2018. Yeah, yeah. Nah. But like yeah, that's another misconception. Like when it started and ended. This one more opinion based. People can have their opinion. Some people could say it started 2014 to 2018. I heard people said it only lasted for 3 years. Hell no, I feel like it lasted way longer than that. But like yeah, in my opinion, the SoundCloud era is 2015 through 2019. I see them 4 years. And then after that, that's when like you had like Slay World and all them niggas. That's like the newer niggas that came out after that. But, all right, that's yeah. The last misconception. All right, I got two more. This one I will talk about this for a while. I don't like the misconception people act like when people talk about like when people do videos on the SoundCloud era, they talk about the same four people. They'll talk about X, Trippy, Cardi, Juice, Peep. Like they'll talk about the same 4 or 5 people. I don't think y'all realize how many people was like around during that SoundCloud wave. It was like a lot of niggas, bro. A lot of niggas. they got niggas from that era I didn't even listen to because there was just so many people. Like Young Bands, I never listened to a nigga like that. I just started listening to Levi Carter, like just like last night. Never listened to a song from bro. I just remember him being on features with like Lucky and Cardi and shit. I just listened to Levi Carter like last night. I'm like, damn, this nigga tough. But it was just like so many people that came from that era, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really like how people just like talk about the same 4 or 5 people, act like the SoundCloud era was just them. Like, nah. Even people that blew up around that time, you had like Wintertime. I can name a lot of people. Wintertime, Zodiac, like all the Midnight Society, them niggas, like they had a lot of people. It's a lot of people that blew up from the era, bro. That I'm thinking of. Yeah, I just don't like how people only make it seem like it was just like 4 or 5 people and like no, nah, the SoundCloud era lasted way longer than that, bro. I was the last one. It was way more people that came from the SoundCloud era, bro. It wasn't just like, you know what I'm saying, that people, my fucking do rag, bro. My damn do rag coming loose. I need to get a haircut tomorrow. I know that's all topic. I need to get a fucking haircut. But yeah, yeah, that's like the third misconception about the SoundCloud era. Like people act like it was just like 4 or 5 people from there. Like nah, they had like at least, I don't even want to know. I don't. I don't even want to try to guess how many people it was from that era, bro. Like, do you have artists like that wasn't that big from that era that started blowing up a little later on? Like I don't want to get, but yeah, nah. It was definitely way more. There's more people from the SoundCloud era than just the 5 people I just mentioned that people always bring up. Not saying they wouldn't like that. It was definitely like more popular. It was like the most popular from the era. But I'm just saying. But like yeah, the last. Actually, I got another one after this last one. All right, another misconception about the SoundCloud era. I feel like a lot of like new gen motherfuckers like think this. Not everybody. Like I said, it was a community. Kind of everybody knew each other. That don't mean everybody was cool, bro. I was around, bro. Like people try to make it seem like Trippy, P, Juice WRLD, X, they was all best friends and shit. Hell no, I was there. Trippy and X was beefing right before X had passed away. Fucking X and Peep was never cool. Cause Ski Mask and Peep had beef, so they were never cool. So I don't know where that came from. People thought they was like always best friends. I don't remember Juice WRLD and X interacting like that. I remember when Juice posted that one song, he had that little message with him. I think like him and X was talking in DMs, but like I never saw them around each other. So like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, not trying to contradict when I said SoundCloud was like a one big community, cause it was. But at the same time, it was a big community for sure. But like people were still clicked up though. Like you know what I'm saying? Like shit, X and Uzi, bro. I was X and Uzi. They never interacted like that. Like X and Cardi, like I don't remember them like ever interacting like that. From like I said, it was a lot of people from that wave. So like I said, it was they was all knew each other, but like they wasn't really close like that. Like New Gen, y'all New Gens act like fucking Trippy X was like all of them were like them little AI shit I be seeing, the little fake pics I be seeing. I'm like that's not how that was at all, bro. Like I wish it was. That'd have been cool, but that wasn't the reality situation, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, excuse me, I burped. But the last misconception about the SoundCloud era, I feel like I don't like how people try to act like they try to act like how I want to put this. People try to act like with the SoundCloud era, like only a few like most of the people fell off. That's not the case at all. I do feel like the SoundCloud era was like overheated. That was such an overheated era of music. Like the old heads did not fuck with that shit. So I noticed that too. When people talk about it, people treat the SoundCloud era like it was like a mistake almost. Like I don't like that. Or like only like a few artists are big. Like bro, Lucky was from the SoundCloud era. He's still popular. Like what are you talking about? Sababy, D Savage, Uno. I be seeing Uno and him pop like bro. I've definitely seen a lot of artists that blew up. Suicide Boys like from that era that's still like popular now. People try to act like oh only like Yachty and Cardi like Or like Trippy be like, I saw Trippy Red talking about some, oh, it's like only me left. Like, nigga, no, you know how many, like I said, like I'm gonna continue saying, you know how many people came from that fucking era of music? How many, like, Trippy Red is not the only, people act like it's like, oh, Trippy, Yachty, Cardi, they like the only, like they the last remaining. Like, nigga, Ski Mask still, nigga, Ski Mask still exists. What are you talking about, bro? I say like Lucky, bro. I'm gonna say Lucky from that era. He's big as hell now, bro. Both career wise and I mean not make that. I was about to make a joke about Lucky weight. That's corny. I'm not gonna do that. I was about to say Lucky big both weight wise and career wise. That's kind of lame. I ain't gonna do that, bro. Even though he did it to himself, nigga got this nigga trying to sim lean or whatever. Let me get back on topic. But yeah, nah. But that's like the last misconception I feel like about that era. People act like it's kind of like I was saying with this like earlier. Like people act like, oh, just these select few artists made it. Everybody else they fell off, or like they had, bro. Only niggas from that era that really like fell off bad was YB in the Mirror, Smoke Perp, Lil Pump. That's it. If we be honest, everybody else, like you had artists that like never really like Levi Carter. You had like artists I feel like that never really like made it. You could see that. Or like you had artists like a Wintertime where they just like disappeared and stopped making music. Like I don't know what happened to that nigga. Like Wintertime, if you watch this, where you that nigga Wintertime, I remember that nigga dropped a song during quarantine. I was like, I had to make sure it wasn't. Oh, this is a new song. I had to make sure it wasn't the old song. I'm like Wintertime, like shout out Wintertime, but like yeah, or like Ugly Guy. Like you had niggas like yeah, like Ugly Guy. I don't know where that nigga at. Like niggas just disappeared or some shit. You could say that, but like yeah. I don't really like how they try to make it seem like, oh, only four people from this era made it. Everybody else they fell off. Like no, it was only like, oh, 6ix9ine, that nigga fell off too. It was only like five niggas that fell off. I don't, or like, wait, six niggas, Lil Xan too. You had a few niggas that fell off, but like everybody else still, their career still decent. To me, how I feel like this, how I feel like to me, if a nigga fell off, you could tell a nigga fell off by the shows they be doing. I feel like that. Like that one clip I saw with Smoke Perp where it was like, yeah, you could, yeah. If niggas still selling out, like, or like still selling out decent size shows, I'm not gonna see they fall off, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or like they monthly listeners on Spotify. Even though like I really don't care about that whole fall off shit, I do feel like that's an overused ass term that people be using. But I'll talk about that in another video. That's all I really want to talk about though. Those are like misconceptions about the SoundCloud era. So yeah.